The Triple Crown News Minute for Thursday, June 6th is presented by Niall Brennan Stables. They'll be at Barn 8 next week at the OBS June sale of 2-year-olds and horses of racing age. Coming up, we'll talk about one of the horses they have on offer. I'm Scott Jagow along with Ray Paulick here at Belmont Park. Beautiful day. The weather forecast is looking great for the weekend. Thankfully, we've had enough of that rain stuff. We were just talking about how favorites do in this race. And it's not very good. If you look back all the way to 2005, only 2 favorites have won.
Yeah, they both were Triple Crown winners, and this year there will be no Triple Crown winners. So, yeah, Fleet Alex in 2005 was the last before American Pharoah and Justified.
Right, and we've had some big prices too. Think of Creator and Palace Malice, Drosselmeyer, Summer Bird. We're talking double digits for all those horses. So it's a good idea to look deep into the field. And this year, you know, it's an intriguing mix of horses we know a little bit about, and then a couple of others that we don't know much about. But we were discussing what it takes to win the Belmont, and you know, people always talk about pedigree. It's a jockey's race. It's some of that. But you know, if you just look at the horses that have won in recent years, a lot of it's about the ability to relax and get into a good rhythm.
None of these horses are really bred for a mile and a half anymore. Again, it's a matter of who can relax, who can get the distance, which is probably more than they want to go. You think of a horse like Tara. You know, like, how did he win the Belmont Stakes? He got out on the lead and he found his rhythm, and nobody could come out.
Yeah, I doubt that many people had Tara. Well, we know they didn't because he was 38 to 1. War of Will's trainer Mark Casse talked about this week. I asked him about it specifically, and he was kind of the mind, you know, I don't even know if I can train a horse to go a mile and a half. You just kind of have to leave it up to the jockey and the horse.
I don't know that there's anything you can do to train them. Either they can do it, and the key to a lot of it is just how the horse will relax. If you said to me, I want you to go and pick me a mile and a half horse by physique and look at him, I'd buy you War of Will.
You know, War of Will didn't really relax that well in the Kentucky Derby. He did fine in the Preakness. I'm not so sure he's going to be able to in the Belmont. So as much as he's a quality horse, I'm going to toss him. I'm looking more at a horse like Spinoff, who certainly isn't bred for a mile and a half. He's by hard spun. But he's going to be out there either on the lead or very close to it. Get that rhythm going down the backstretch, and if he can take command of the race, it's going to be hard to catch a horse like that if he's got, you know, if he hasn't expended too much energy to get where he is.
And Javier Castellano is aboard that horse. I talked to both Castellano and John Velasquez about this issue, and they said, you know, in the Belmont, there are about 3 things you need as a rider. You need a horse with tactical speed, like you're talking about. You need to get that horse into a gallop, like you said. And finally, you need patience.
It seemed to me the horse is like, it can be good tactical position, I think. I know it's by a hard spool, and always we question the distance, any horses in the race. It's mile and a half. I think in the case you have to have a good rhythm and have a good patience. I think it hopefully pay off.
Listen, it's important to have the horse, and then you have the horse that can handle the distance. And second of all, you got to be patient. You know, you got to be patient. It's a long way around. These horses never run that far before. So you got to be patient.
Rhythm and patience. It almost rolls off the tongue like they're riding the race. Another note about Intrepid Heart. I mentioned yesterday he's getting blinkers on. This was John Velasquez going to Pletcher and saying, I think this horse needs blinkers. Pletcher said he didn't really want to put blinkers on for a 12 furlong race. We saw what happened with Palace Malice in the Kentucky Derby. Yeah, I mean, he just was a speedball in that race. But the horse has been so distracted looking around everywhere that Velasquez believes this is the right move, so we'll see what happens with that.
Well, there are 7 other Grade 1 races on the card. One of them, the Just a Game, has Rushing Fall as the 4 to 5 morning line favorite. There's a connection there to a horse that Niall Brennan has consigned, hip number 4. Breezed 10 2/5 seconds on Wednesday at OBS. Now this is a more than ready colt out of a Zadig, a mare that is a half-sister to Grade 1 Santa Anita Oaks winner, Willa Be Awesome. So that's one you need to check out at Barn 8 at OBS.
And Rushing Fall, man, that's a good filly. She's 7 for 8. She has 3 Grade 1s, and she's going to be the favorite in the Just a Game on Saturday. One of the 8 Grade 1 races, and we'll talk more about that on our Friday show. That's going to do it for this edition of the Triple Crown News Minute presented by Niall Brennan Stables. Thanks for joining us. Talk to you tomorrow.